Welcome to another dark and punishing video in the Mini JP channel. On today's episode, JP rides a strong candidate for best bike of the year, the Suzuki GSX-S1000GX.
Well, hello there in YouTube land, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are at Stubbs Cycles and at the Suzuki Demo Day, and we are about to hop on this beautiful bike. It's something very special. I've been wanting to ride this thing since it came out. Finally, we get a chance to do this. Now, this is the GSX-S1000GX, which is the crossover platform from Suzuki. It has the same 1000cc engine from my Suzuki, the GSX-S1000, but this one has, well, taller suspension, which is electronic. So it's like something similar to what the R1 has. I don't know anything about it exactly, but boom, here's all the information.
The GSX-S1000GX is the first Suzuki motorcycle to adopt Suzuki Advanced Electronic Suspension, SAES, which offers a broad range of versatile settings that ably support everything from aggressive sport riding to long-distance touring while delivering a smoother, more consistent, and more stable ride. The suspension features a long 150mm front fork stroke and 150mm of rear wheel travel that provides greater comfort, even when touring for long distances, and also makes the GX capable of absorbing larger bumps when riding over cobblestones and other uneven surfaces. SAES incorporates Suzuki Road Adaptive Stabilization, SRAS, an original program that enables seamless switching between settings that emphasize responsiveness when riding on normal road surfaces, and those that better smooth out bumps when riding over cobblestones or other uneven surfaces. Original programs realize advanced functions that help SAES operate more intelligently than conventional electronic suspension systems. These include Suzuki Floating Ride Control, SFRC, Suzuki Velocity Dependent Control, SVDC, and Suzuki Deceleration Damping Control, SDDC.
Now this one has the same horsepower, 150-ish, and this amount of torque. Bam! But look at that. I love the color. I love the way it looks. I mean, the aesthetics of this thing is a lot better than the GT model. And it has basically the same Brembo brakes. That's the only thing that's a little bit disappointing for a bike of this price range. This is the price. Bam! But check out this reservoir thing for the suspension. And it also comes with the bags, that beautiful TFT screen that you can, select with this little joystick thing. Let's see. All right, so the easy start, yeah, that's where it is. That's Suzuki's inline 4. Oh, I have to service it now. Let's see, it's on mode A, so I'm not really moving it. I think traction control 1, auto, the suspension. Now this is not as tall as you would expect. I am on the balls of my feet, but almost flat footing. It does feel very comfortable though. So which way am I going? I think I'm going this way. The easy low RPM assist that this bikes have, they're the same as my Suzuki, and it's so good. It's just so good. Oh, so easy to get along with. I mean, I'm just moving like I've ridden this bike for ages, because it's the same platform, but it's a different bike, a different setup. Suspension is different, the rake is different, so it's a lot of things that are different, and still I feel like I've been riding this bike forever. Brakes are also the same, and this fairing thing, it just makes you feel like you're in such a big substantial bike. Now, as opposed to BMW S1000XR that I just rode, this bike feels a lot shorter, but a lot more compact, and it's easier to get along with in slow maneuvers. So that's a plus for this bike. All right. Yeah, it does feel a lot sportier than the DE1050 V-Strom that I just got down from. Yeah, the suspension, man. The suspension is so good. Yeah, one of those things that is lacking on my Suzuki, and this thing just does it so well. So well, man. Trying to figure out on which side am I supposed to be. I think I have to be on this side. Oh, man. This bike is just so good. Just in slow maneuvers, but then you have that, you hear that? Yeah, you know that this means business. I have no idea. SDS, MS, A, then how do you change it? B, C, and it changes the traction control by itself. Look, 4, and then it changes the something here. I don't know what that is, but it's so easy because just one push of the button and changes everything. And I don't know if you can change. Okay, let's keep it like that. Traction control. Alright, let's stop messing with the things, because we're supposed to be test riding how it rides, not all this thing. But I love this dash, man. We also have to see if this little windscreen does anything to protect you from the elements. Now, the hand guards, I can definitely just buy one. I mean, buy some for my Suzuki, just for the winter riding. Because those are the things that I don't really like the way they look on a naked bike, but on a bike like this, they look really good. And I can definitely you can remove them during the summer and just put them back on during the winter. So for everyday, daily commuting, I think this bike is very good. Obviously, being newer, it just feels a lot more premium than my Suzuki, but it's not just that. It's obviously the suspension, the way it feels, so plush, so good. But then when you look at this and you look down and you see this instead of that ugly as the display that mine has. So yeah, I think the handlebars are exactly the same. And on this bike doesn't feel like they're so wide and so weird, because they belong on a bike like this. But I feel like I've been riding this bike forever, man. Oh, the quick shifter is just so good, so smooth. Better than the 1050, a lot better. Now, from the 1050 to this thing, night and day, man. This bike just feels a lot more premium. I was expecting to like this bike. I knew I was going to like it, but man, even though we're going like turtles, I think this bike is the best bike I've ridden this year. I think it is. It has everything. It has the looks, it has the feel, it has the power. Oh man, because I know the power, right? Because I've ridden my Suzuki hard on the twisties, on the track. I can't even talk today, but anyway. So I've ridden my Suzuki hard on the twisties, and I'm pretty sure people are going to say, you don't ride hard, I can show you how to ride. I was like, yeah, who asked you? Anyway. Yeah, man, this bike is where it's at. It's so good. I don't know, man, why does it feel a lot nimbler than Suzuki? Suzuki feels so heavy, and this thing is heavier. Check out the weight difference. Even in low maneuvers and even in slow speeds, this quick shifter is so good. Can you go with a down blipper from second to first and still be smooth? If that's the case, Suzuki, best bike ever. Yes. Man, Suzuki, they hit a home run with this thing. You can get up even if you don't need to. If there's like uglier bumps than you need. Oh man, why can't we go faster? I want to go fast. Check out that suspension, how it handles the bumps when you're on a turn, right? How does that, oh man. Unfortunately, I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I buy this bike. And it'll be awesome to take a bike like this and do a comparison back to back on a twisty road, on a daily commute, with something like the S1000XR, which is the only other sport touring bike with long legs that I really enjoyed. And they are comparable. I mean, these are the price differences. Check it out. But I feel a lot more in control on this bike in slow maneuvers than on that bike. And I don't know, I also like the way this one looks a lot better. And you don't feel, I mean, it does feel, and also it feels sportier. I don't know if actually doing sporty things, it will feel sporty, but and this bike is so good, it can just handle the bumps, no problem. I wish we can go faster than this. So I like the guys in Suzuki, they do the demos. I like the guys in Stubbs. But this is the same type of demo we did last year, which was like some of the worst demo days because you don't, I mean, the bikes that you can ride are awesome, but you're not really testing how you actually ride, because nobody in their right mind who buys these bikes rides like this. We ride a little bit faster. I'm not gonna say I'm the fastest, all right, because then people are going to teach you how to ride fast on 3090. Fuck you. Anyway, I digress. But we certainly ride faster than this. I'm gonna try that one as well, but so far I don't think it's gonna be as good as this thing. For all the character of a V-twin, for all the low-end grunt that you can get on a bike like that one, the inline 4, man, especially Suzuki's inline 4, that's where it's at, man. Because you don't need more low-end grunt than what this thing offers. And then this one is going to rev, and then it's going to give you that high pitch, and it's going to, I mean, there's a lot of things going. When people say, no, inline 4s are boring, you are wrong. You are sadly mistaken, sir. Inline 4, that's where it's at. I don't like the way this thing shakes. It's the only thing so far. But man, I mean, I brace myself every time I see those bumps. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hit it and it's gonna feel terrible. But this thing just handles it like a champ, man. I wish we could go faster though, because there's nothing much I can say except that this thing feels very good in slow speeds. But I don't want a bike like this to go slow. I want a bike like this to go like a bat out of freaking hell on my everyday commute. And this is one of those things that a bike like this, like, even if it's cold, you have to wear all this ridiculous clothing that you have to because it's so cold. When I do that and get on my R7, I just feel so uncomfortable and so not safe and not in control. On a bike like this with this position, you'll feel comfortable even if you're wearing the Michelin Man's jacket. So for everyday commuting, this bike would be awesome, man. And then you feel a little bit upright so you can get in between the cars and see where the traffic is going. So it has a whole bunch of stuff going for it. I love this bike, man. I don't like the ride, all these bumps, and not really. I mean, we're not going into third at all. So I get it, you want to be safe, but I don't think you're selling a lot of bikes doing demos like this, because you can't really know if... Yeah, I like this freaking bike, man. And I like the way it has the same roar, the same engine as Suzuki, because it's the best thing about Suzuki. So it has the best thing about Suzuki. This one looks better, I think, and it's more comfortable, and it's safer. You can go faster, safer. And I'm pretty sure I can go faster on this thing because it does have a fairing. On Suzuki, if you go 150, actually 130 something, it starts shaking all over the place because the wind, it just takes the handlebars like, wah, and you don't feel safe, especially if you're going around a corner at 130. And you want to be safe, you want to feel confident, 130 in a long sweeping turn. I'm pretty sure, right? I'm guessing now, this is me guessing, that you can do that on this thing and you'll feel safe. Just because of that suspension, just because of the fairing, and just because I am stupid and do those things. Oh man, I wish I could take this bike someplace else so that I can test a little bit more of the characteristics of this bike. This is the best bike I've ridden this year, and I hadn't got a chance to do anything about it. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, this bike is the best bike, man. I can just move it from side to side. It just, wherever you look at, this bike is gonna go, and it's gonna stay there so planted. And this is a terrible freeway road as well, but the brakes are just as good as on Suzuki. They're not the greatest, but I do feel a little bit more bite on these. I think that's because they're newer. Mine feel a little bit squishier already, but this, man, this bike is so good. What else can we talk about this bike? I mean, there's nothing on this bike that you would lack. Oh, it doesn't have 200 horsepower. Really? That's what you need? More horsepower? Because then you can move around on the seat no problem and do sporty stuff on it. So yeah, can you maybe not put your elbow down? Okay, maybe that would be a thing. Okay, just take it easy, man. Just relax, deep breath. Hayabusa guy is a newbie. And I think this is the dude who's talking about him going 100 and whatever on his Ninja 1400. And that's the type of guy you don't want to ride with, because that's dangerous. So what else can we talk about this bike? I like the color as well. And unfortunately they don't come up with the blue one here. This is the only version that they have for these. But But I don't mind the green, man. It's like British racing Japanese green, because it's not British, but I like it. And the gray and the silver or whatever it is. It's just such a nice bike. The mirrors are a little bit different. They're a little bit bigger than on Suzuki. I thought it was going to be the same, but no, they're a little bit different. Okay. This freaking bike, man. I'm pretty sure I can kick that dude's butt on that Hayabusa and me on this bike. Just because you can notice when somebody doesn't know how to ride, man. And it's not about just the stalling of the bike. It's anybody can stall a bike. It's just how you sit on the bike. Well, that is it for today's video, guys. I don't want it to end, because this is a great bike and I want to keep it. But remember, if you like the video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button, and share it with all your friends. You don't like the videos, well, share them with all your enemies. And I'll see you guys on the next one.